Well, hello everyone. Thank you for tuning in. It is Monday, March 2nd, and this morning we're going to go over the listings, property listings section in kvCORE. As we go along here, if you have any questions, as always, feel free to drop a question in the chat feature, or if you're watching the recorded version and you have any questions about anything that I'm going over today, feel free to send me an email or give me a call, and I'd be happy to help you out, and also always happy to set up a meeting with you as well. So let's jump in. Today we're just going to explore all of the or many of the features that are in the listings section here on kvCORE, and why you don't necessarily need to have an active listing to get a lot out of this section. This can also help you help out your buyer leads as well. So when you click on the listings section, it's going to bring you to this screen right here. And we have access to the entire MLS in here, just like everything else with kvCORE. We kind of have, they pull in all the properties that are available within our MLS, and we're able to kind of help out anyone, any sort of clients. So that's what you're seeing here. You're seeing all of these properties. And you can sort them in different ways. You can sort them by address. You can sort them by location, price. And if you want to show different options, you can also show, you can like possibly show when they were listed and sort it that way. So this was listed, so you can pull up the new listing. So these are all listed today. You can just go to the oldest listed ones that are still out there. So a lot you can do here on this front page. It shows the listing agent, the square footage, the bath. This is all just on the very home screen here. So because there's so many listings, this isn't really totally beneficial until you start to filter things out. So let's say you are working with a potential buyer. We'll talk about buyer, helping out buyers first before we get into featuring your own single listings. But anyway, so let's say you're working with a buyer and they've given you a specific, some specific guidelines on the listings they have. You've already set up within kvCORE to have an active property search for them, but they just want to see a list of all the listings that might be interesting to them now. So you would go into the property listings and you would enter in their criteria here. First, make sure that all listings are showing. If you want to get the best results here, or you can have it just show our agency or just your own listings. But for this purpose, you'd probably want as many as possible. So let's say they want Hamburg, the Hamburg area. So we'll do the Hamburg area here. You can see there's almost 1,200 listings here with the average price of $230,000. So we'll go there. And they want a range of let's say nothing less than 150,000, but they're willing to go as high as 300,000. You put the square footage in there. Nothing, they don't really care about that. They do want at least 2 bedrooms. I'm sorry, 2 baths, and they want at least 3 bedrooms. And they want this to be a single family home. That's about it. The year built, they don't really care about. That's pretty much it. So we're going to apply that filter. Oh, nothing found. I think it has something to do with our price range here. I'm going to take out the commas and see if that helps. Okay. So yeah, anyway, before we move on, that's a good rule of thumb is sometimes it's a little bit different in kvCORE. It doesn't read the commas when you're putting in the price range. So make sure that you don't have any commas. You'll realize that when you don't get any property results. Anyway, here's what we got. We had 7 listings that appeared in that in the criteria that we just created. So what you can do is you can just select all here, or you can go through and see, okay, this one they really probably won't like. or this here. You can select just a handful of these, hypothetically, or if they're all good, you can select all. And you can text or email them to that particular contact. So this, you would just type in your contact's name, and you can email them a link to those listings. And then same with texting. You can make sure you select all these, text the listings, and it'll send the same exact link that way. So this is like you can send it out to a particular client. Other actions you can do. You can email it to hashtags. So let's say you just want to touch on some of your leads that you haven't maybe touched on in a little bit, and you want to just send it all to the Hamburg hashtag, or like if you have an active buyer hashtag, you can send it out that way as well to a whole group of people. So that's another reason why you might want to stay up to date on your hashtags, keeping those organized and dialed in that way. So this is another thing you can do with filtering out particular listings. You can also find just single listings. So let's say you came into another listing, no matter how you just came across it and you thought it'd be perfect for a buyer, and you pull it up. You can just search one particular listing by anything, address, MLS ID, and let's say you find it here. You can email just a single listing to them. The same way we just did it last time. Also, so let's say you find a listing that you think is kind of interesting. You can also find similar listings by clicking on that particular listing. You can find all similar listings by clicking this option here. It takes a second to gather all this data. Okay, so now you've got all these similar listings. And what you can do is you can take all 65 of these. You probably want to have it show 100. Whoops. So here they are. They're all here. You can select them all, and you can email and text them out to a contact or a hashtag. So that's one way of also finding listings that you might be able to help out with. Help someone out with finding, like let's say you find this, ooh, this house is perfect, but it's pending. It's already been accounted for. Let's find all of these similar listings that that are available here, and this is another way to do it. It'll just email a link to all of those listings. It'll kind of appear like a squeeze page link or like a home search that someone will do on your website. It'll be a kind of a clean viewable link there. Same thing with texting. And then you can also save these properties. So let's say you want to, you're working with these buyers, you don't want to send it to them immediately, but you can just, or when you send it to them and you want to make sure you can come back to them, it'd be good to save these properties as well. So then you can always just refer back to your saved properties when you're working with these buyers. You can also look at nearby listings. So a lot of these are probably the same, not the same, but there's probably quite a few duplicates with the similar listings and the nearby listings, because, but same thing. Good way to kind of pick out, again, this listing's under contract or it's pending. Here's everything close to it. Maybe it's not totally similar. Some of these prices are probably quite a bit higher. Like here, you've got a $500,000 house. That's obviously not totally similar to this one, but it's nearby. So if someone is just strictly looking for a house in the Hamburg Village, or they really want to be downtown on Elmwood or wherever, this is where you can find another way you can find listings in just a particular location, is by selecting this nearby listings option. So that's how you can use the listings area that kvCORE offers to help out with your, with your buyers. Now, let's say that this is your active listing on kvCORE. Now, we've done a webinar before about ways to promote a listing. So I won't really go too deep into that, but we'll just kind of explore some of the options that are available here. As you can see, it's got all the MLS features here and options. You can see all of that here. It pulls directly from the MLS. So if there's something that you're not seeing here on kvCORE, that's probably has something to do with how it was entered in the ML. So you can also see the listing history, how many days it was on the market, if the price was reduced, and by how much, days the day it was listed and the day it was updated. You can see stuff like that. You can also see if you've really been sharing this listing quite a bit, you can see how many views people have had. That's just good for your own personal tracking as well as your seller. So they might say, hey, what's the update? Like what, they might ask you about kind of your marketing and asking for a marketing update. You can say, well, I've been sharing this on social media, on Facebook. This is how many people have viewed it this week total, how many people have viewed it today. You can show them how much interest is being garnered with their house. And of course, these numbers will be quite a bit bigger when you if you were to do a property boost for that listing. And also you can see if how many of your leads have viewed this listing. So whether that be leads that you gathered from a property boost or from social media, or just how many times this property was sent out via a search alert, you can see how many views it's gotten. So another way of just tracking here. It's got the listing agent here, the direct link to that property, as we've gone over several times. This is a link, a trackable link that will, I'll just pull it up here. This one won't really work because it's under contract, but it's a trackable link using your domain here that you can share on Facebook, and anyone that kind of clicks around on it will be asked to sign in, and that's a way of capturing leads. So that's available here. And then you can also send these listings out the same way we just did, similar to how we just did with the other listings. You can send them out via text. You can email them to hashtags. You can directly post these to Pinterest and Craigslist, print a flyer, boost the property. Pretty much anything you can really want to do, you can do it here. You can also use the direct link and send it out that way. So yeah, this is the listings option. I'm going to go back to the home screen and see if we really forgot anything. I'm just going to go back into the filter a little bit because we kind of breezed through that a little bit pretty quickly. But so in the filter, yeah, you can actually sort out by the listing agent, or you can just have it show just your listings. It's a really easy way of, if you have a listing, it's a really easy way to just find that listing. You don't have to search it. You can just have it show only your listings. And also, like, if you have several listings, it's perfect because then you can just see them all on one screen. You can also have it show only our agency listings, which is helpful. So you can, if you want to promote Metro Roberts listings, that's a good way to do it too. Or if you want just a broader search, you can have it show all of them. But yeah, filter it out. And there's all kinds of stuff you can do if you're looking for rentals. Are they rental options? You can type in keywords, pretty much anything imaginable. So if someone really wants, the garages, stories, a deck, the style. So yeah, you can do anything in this in these kind of property searches, and it just offers you a different way of sending out listings. So as we kind of went over in the webinar about search alerts, yes, it is very similar to what the MLS offers, and you can definitely do it that way too. But kvCORE offers the same thing, a more user-friendly experience. And what's good about kvCORE is you can kind of track and see the properties that your leads are viewing, and you can kind of help them find one a little bit more. You can kind of track it a little bit better and really refine your search for them, and it helps you kind of stay on top of everything that they're looking at. So it makes you kind of a more active agent with their experience. At least it allows you the capability to do so. So yeah, that's the properties section. A lot you can do there. Again, you don't have to have an active listing in order to get the most out of the listings section here. So let me know if you have any questions about anything that we went over today. If you have any questions about anything we've gone over in the past, and I'd be happy to set up a meeting with anyone. And absolutely. So thank you all for tuning in. And I look forward to talking to you all soon. Thank you.